Do you like American-made gear? Do you want to wear every piece of Rose Anvil gear that's made here in America for America's birthday, the 4th of July? We'll celebrate with us here at Rose Anvil. 25% off all of our handmade American-made goods out of American leather. Support American business by buying American goods from Rose Anvil today. Check it out below.
Do you want a camera on one of those? I brought one right here.
I think I'm good.
This is a heavy Russell box. How much does it weigh? This is on the label, 6 pounds. 6 pounds of boots from Russell Moccasin and ballistic nylon Arterra fanny pack or sling if you're not a fanny pack guy or gal. So what is this? Be a pretty quick one because I want to save some of the details for the cut in half, but Russell Moccasins make some of the coolest boots in the entire world. They've fused that Native American moccasin style with that European boot making to make one of the best boots of all time that's lasted over 100 years. You know, famous people from like George Bush Sr. wore them, like all these adventurers wore them, the first hike across the Appalachian Trail. Like there's all these cool benchmarks in history of really interesting and important people that were just so happened to be wearing Russell moccasins. And unfortunately, there's a little stigma around Russell moccasins because it is a moccasin. You don't associate moccasins with durability and longevity. And so there's this kind of misnomer out in the world of boot and shoes that, oh, they're really good, but they're not the heaviest duty things. You can't really they're really nice for light duty, for like breathable stuff or light hikes. And Russells actually have their history in like logging boots, adventure boots, all these like really cool aspects of the brand that a lot of people don't know about. And so when I was doing one of the videos with Russell Moccasins, I was talking to Luke and we were just talking back and forth. We both like hunting, we both like the outdoor world, and I can't remember how it got brought up, but I was like, oh yeah, like, because actually probably was me bringing it up. I was like, oh yeah, like I wish there was like a really heavy duty Russell Moccasin that you could like go anywhere in. Oh, it was after we did I think it was the South 40. I think that was the boot we did. And he's like, well, we have the history. Like we've done the heaviest boots in the world. The way they do things is so complicated that to make the heaviest duty boots, it's pricey because it takes so much labor, it takes so much materials, and it's such a unique way of making boots that no other brand can really match except for the other moccasin style brands. It's completely different than Pacific Northwest, Goodyear Welt construction, Blake Stitch construction. It shares certain things with it, but it's a completely unique way of making boots. And he's like, we can make boots heavy duty. Like, we just don't because there's not a need for it. And I was like, let's do it. Like, what's that look like? And so I kind of issued the challenge to Luke from Russell Moccasins. Like, what would it look like if you just made the ultimate beefy Russell moccasin, like the most rugged, all the components and heavy duty aspects all put into one boot to really show as almost like a proof of concept, or like give them the ability to flex their muscles a little bit and show what Russell can do at the top end of quality and durability and ruggedness. And they accepted the challenge and like, we'll make you something. And so we've just been calling it the 7-layer beefy Russell mock. So it probably won't be the full name. You know, maybe do something like a little more cool, like the Terminator boot or like something like that, or the 7-layer beefy Russell mock. But we don't know if there's 7 layers in it because I haven't even seen these yet. And so I issued that challenge to Russell. Was like, hey, we've done like the Indy series with Nicks. We've done like all the Pacific Northwest brands. We've done like the Sock Eater Smugs, the Smugs with Goral. Like we've done all these really over the top things that really highlight what brands are capable of at the top end. I was like, let's do it for Russell. Let's see what Russell can do for the ultimate heavy duty moccasin boot. The most indestructible, the most over the top, most durable moccasin boot ever made. And that's what's in here. And I've been dying to see it. It just came in yesterday, so I'm like, I'm filming that right now, you know, so. But first, we gotta open up this. I was trying to decide between which knife. Do I do the small, Big Idea design knife, or I just keep going back to this Christie knife? I love this knife. I actually have an idea for this knife. I'm gonna hit up Christie and see if they're interested in an idea I have with this knife. But I'm not going to spoil it yet because people on the internet are terrible. You'd be shocked at how many ideas people steal from us or try to steal from us or try to jump ahead of us. It's unfortunate because I'm like, I want to show people like what we're doing. I want to show the cool things, and unfortunately we can't all the time. Do the Christie knife, 4th generation owned, still made by Mr. Christie himself. Small batches. These are cool little knives, solid brass. You can see every week I come back, all the sweat and grime and stuff that I've built up on it just makes it patina just a little bit more. Check this out. These are like $50 too. So these are like ballistic nylon. You've got these really cool little buckles right here, a little side pinch. They just look cool. Has this flap that you can roll up to like your jacket or like your shirt. Sometimes in the summer I just like take my shirt off once I'm off the trail a little bit and put my shirt in there, just tie it down. You got a front pocket, and this ballistic nylon is backed by a waterproof lining. That's what this is right here. So it's a waterproof ballistic nylon fanny pack. It has little separation spots in there, and it's like 50 or 60 bucks. Got a little carabiner clip there to put your, I use these for like clipping my keys in, so I don't have to dig around for half an hour. I'm like, oh, that's not it. And I'm like, there's the keys, got it, let's go. And then a little hidden pocket there. And I think there's another hidden pocket somewhere that I missed, maybe not. But yeah, you can wear these as slings, you can wear them as like fanny packs. I wear them as slings, because you throw it around the shoulder. If you don't have a fanny, you can wear it like a sling, because your boy does not have a fanny. My aunt, Rachel, she's got a dog named Miss Fanny. So, pretty cool. Check these out. I'll be using these on some hikes this summer. The boot breaker system has been the surprise success of all the products that we launched this year. And I think it's because it was needed. I think people really, really needed this thin little 2mm bit of foam that just helps you break in your boots, adds a little bit of squish to your heritage boots without changing your size, without destroying any of the value that you get from a heritage boot. And somehow nobody did it. And because of that, we expanded out into some leather boot breakers, because people are like, make it out of leather. Like, we could do that. We got the dyes. People are like, we want a thicker one. And I was like, I do too, actually, because like I could use a little thicker one. And then people are like, we want an even thicker one. Give us a big old mattress to put in our boots. And I was like, we could probably find it. And you're in luck, because we sourced this thick mattress of an insole. If you want tons of squish in your shoes or boots, or you want to take up a ton of room and have a lot of squish, if you want to run like a little thin leather insole on top of a lot of squish, you can combine the two. And that's kind of been the fun of the boot breaker system, is it's half driven by what you guys want and what you see is needed. Because honestly, I thought this was the only thing we were going to launch, and now we've launched 3 different thicknesses of leather and now 3 different thicknesses of foam, because they seem to be useful. And I think sometimes when it comes to product design, simplicity rules overall. Sometimes you just don't need to overdo it. Sometimes there's a simple need in the market, and that's exactly what the boot breakers were. So check them out below. Check out the new super thick daddies and add some squish to your life, add a little heritage to your life, and check them out below. Now, the 7-layer beefy Russell Mock. Definitely not named after the 7-layer beefy, whatever that Taco Bell thing is. Cutting like a dream, Christy, almost like it wasn't taped. Yay. This idea's been cooking for probably over a year now. Because when I first got those South 40s that are really beefy to begin with. So let's see what Russell's capable of. Russell Moccasins. The comfort insoles. These are really cool. They're little thin insoles you can put inside your boots. Leather top with that, I think it's the water-resistant, waterproof lining material, leather, with some pour-on foam. And what they've done intentionally is not have these perfectly lined up so it slopes down, because it is a seamless sidewall. You don't want a hard edge, and so they give a little gap there so it transitions a little bit better. A little double-sided tape to stick it in there. I honestly like the ability to pull them in and take them out, but it'd be cool if they offered some that were non-double stick. Some laces. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot about this outsole too. The Claws outsole. Because I did consult a little bit on this. We went through some materials and talked through some stuff. But most of it I didn't really know about. Look at these. Couple woolly mammoth. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do we have? On the outsole, you've got this big gnarly Claws outsole. And if you remember, we've done some of the caribou boots by that company that for sure sold out and just makes terrible stuff now, Sorel. They these little balls on the bottom here, they help release mud and grime and snow, because it's instead of hard points, it's perfectly circular, so it allows it to release better. Then the rubber midsole, and then above that you've got the leather. It's basically a leather midsole as well, but that's what's sewn down through those 2 layers on the inside. That's what the moccasin is sewn through to. Obviously you can see there's no thread, and so that's the nice thing about it, is your thread's protected, so once this outsole wears off, you peel it off, have a cobbler put a new one on, you don't have to touch any internal stitching. Then it's got the molded sole, as you can see. So how many layers is that? 1 with the outsole, 2 with the midsole, 3 with the midsole, 4 with the molded sole, and then obviously obviously the molded sole is like basically just double lasted. It's like it wraps all the way underneath, just like this vamp layer does. And the vamp layer, and then let's see on the inside, huge tall gusseted tongue. These are so tall. These are so ridiculous. And it's fully leather lined, and it's this waterproof lining. 9.5E for your boy. We're gonna have to cut these though. And then is it lined through it's lined through the quarter too. So that is from what you're standing on, not including the insoles. Lining, vamp, molded sole, leather midsole, rubber midsole, rubber outsole. Technically with the foam and then the insole on top, that's 8 layers. But we'll count this as one. Let's count it as one. Because I think there might be more. I actually don't know exactly how this is built, to be honest with you. Holy cow, these are ridiculous, and they're heavy too, but they're not as heavy as like a Pacific Northwest. Oh, I think it has a shank. That counts as another layer too, doesn't it? Let me see. Let's do a little bend test. Oh yeah, it's got a shank in there. So easily 7 layers. Because on top, you've got that mock toe stitch, the true mock toe stitch. Instead of it just coming up, it's the old school patented Russell way of doing it, where they patented like I think the 50s, where it overlaps and then it's sewn through. So you're really sewn through like at least 3 layers. I think it's 3 layers, and then obviously rough out, so it's super abrasion resistant. And this is like a woolly mammoth, 7-layer beefy Russell woolly mammoth boot. Oh, these are cool. I'm so bummed I have to cut them in half. Because like, just look at how I love this. Some people are like, oh, it's too loose. I'm like, no, it's sick. It's cool. It's kind of like the bear slayers we did with JK. It's just super woolly. Because I don't even know what this leather is. I don't know if it's bison, because I can't see one bit of like the actual flesh or the grain side of it. Well, we'll cover it in the cut in half. Because that's the real fun of this. Is like, this is just, it's technically like a little collaboration, but it's mostly just me issuing the challenge to Russell, be like, hey, let's see what Russell can do. And then we'll just open them up for sale. We'll do like a small batch of them for people that just want to own the ultimate mock toe boot, like the logger, like rugged version of a Russell Moccasin that you basically take anywhere, do anything in. Oh, these are cool. Okay, let's try one. It's gonna be pretty short because I want to save a lot of the details for the cut in half video. What am I wearing? First of all, my vintage Rustlers. These are my favorite vintage pants. Everyone loves like Levi's and old Wranglers, and I like them too. But Rustlers are like the most underrated, most underappreciated vintage denim. They have like the extra belt loops. I like having those extra belt loops. They have like a nice fade to them. Let's try on this 7-layer beefy Russell Mocks. Might throw this insole in there. Because I do like the extra squish of the insole, because you're technically standing on 2 layers of this upper leather, then you're standing on that hard veg tan. So there's no foam in there. And so just having like a little bit of squish, especially for the break-in, I really like. Plus that technically makes it 10 layers. Okay, let's try this on. I have that thud of like a Pacific Northwest brand boot. I think with Russells, I like this more accordion fold. It seems like it works better for me. Oh my gosh, these are so sick. And like I said, this is one of those collaborations where you just like, you let the brand cook. And the reason we're doing this unboxing is just to get final eyes on it and see if there's anything I would change or anything we can do to make it more beefy. But most of this, the vast majority of it, this is like all Russell and Luke and the rest of the crew coming up with the absolute beefiest. I said it like 1,000 times. I just like it. It's a cool name, Beefy. Beefy's fun. My brother's nickname in high school, because he was a freaking prodigy with basketball. He's 2 years younger than me, and he was as good as I was when I was a freshman. When he's a senior, he's playing like varsity ball as a freshman. He had like D1 school offers for college, and all the older guys called him Beef. Beef. Oh my gosh, these are so cool, and they look good too. Fit like a glove. When I say these are 9.5E, yeah, 9.5E with the insole. Oh, I do not want to cut these. I'm gonna beg Luke to make me a pair. I'm sure he will, if the collaboration sells enough anyway. Oh my gosh. And the thing that's crazy is these do not feel like a pair of Pacific Northwest boots when you put them on. You know how like Pacific Northwest boots, if you had a pair, you have that crazy arch and it's really hard underneath your foot right off the bat. That's literally why we came up with the boot breakers, because it's so hard. But these insoles basically do the same thing. And you can put these in any boot. Like if you want a pair of these, I think they sell them on their site. You don't have those hard edges. It's a lot wider last. It's already more flexible, and it's so tightly laced that you almost don't get those kink points as much as a Pacific Northwest boot. I always thought if you like skipped more, it'd be less binding. But with this all these spread out, it almost prevents those hard kinks. So excited, I'm out of breath. And then obviously you got the padded collar for some comfort, because that's another big pain with the Pacific Northwest boots, is that collar always kicks my butt. It's so hard to break that in. That's why like most people leave that top eyelet with the actual eyelet loose, so you have a little bit of flexibility there. But dang, it feels like a Russell Moccasin, but it has the heft and like a regular heavy duty boot. Look how sick these are. Oh my gosh, I want one of these so bad now. And yeah, they just feel insane. You know, and what it actually feels like is, it feels like you're putting your foot in a well broken in Pacific Northwest boot, but you have a lot of like extra room. It's not pulling your big toe in as much, and it has that moccasin sidewall. You don't have that hard sidewall. The moccasin is seamless because it's wrapped up from the bottom. Holy cow, these are so sick. And I can gush about them all I want, because like this is mostly Russell doing this. I issued the challenge, but they're the ones doing it, and they freaking nailed it. So what critiques, or what would I do to make this better? I don't know. I think we're pretty much there. I don't think I even have any critiques. I like this outsole a lot too. I'm excited to try it because it's so luggy. Look how aggressive that thing is. Dang, look at these. I love the color too. So sick. Okay. Well, let me know what you think. What else do you think we should do to this or add to it? I think it's there. I think this is about as perfect as it gets. Oh, and it has a really heavy counter in there too. Yeah, so there's some stuff in here that I'm not even aware of. Cut in half video should be coming pretty soon. These launch on July 10th. So get on that limited edition email list that's linked below, because that's how we determine how many pairs we want to make, and just to show the brand like, hey Russell, we should definitely make these. Like, people want these. Otherwise, it's like, we'll make a few pairs, or we'll do the video just as like a proof of concept. These are probably the most comfortable, like, heavy duty boots that you can buy. So I'm really curious how they would stack up to like a Pacific Northwest boot. So maybe after the cut in half, we'll do like a direct comparison of like what Russell can do, and how close it is to that quality of a Pacific Northwest boot. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching me gush about this and geek about it, because this is really cool. Being able to push these brands to the ultimate extreme and say like, hey, people might buy this. People are interested in seeing this. Like, let's just see what Russell can do. It's so cool. It's super fun to do, and it literally is like an honor. You know, these brands they're not going to make a ton of money on this. It's just a way to like really show what they're capable of, and what's possible in this kind of construction technique, how it differs from the other stuff that's similar. It's so fun to do. So thank you guys. It's so fun. It's so fun to do. And it wouldn't be possible without you guys supporting the main channel, this channel, our Handmade Leather Goods, all these collaborations. The more that you guys support these, the more we can find more brands. But like, what if we took this the ultimate extreme? What if we took this? You know, so super cool and very fun. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys. See ya.